Hey friends, this is Mark Suroviec, host of the Workplace Solutions podcast, inviting you to discover the joy of work. And I'm sure everyone goes through this who starts their own business, that phase of the journey where you start making jokes about your boss being terrible or your boss being awesome, like, the boss won't let me, get off early. It's like, wait, don't you work for yourself? Yeah.
You're one step away from being like, I'm just going to hire somebody to blame.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I need.
Well, I saw a lot of memes about that during the pandemic where it's like, we just blame Sally. Sally doesn't actually live in our apartment, but we pretend she does.
Yeah. I remember when I started my gig about 6 months ago. Sorry, I'm going to stop tapping the table. I was complaining about Harper, and my boss was like, hey, do you like work in like a WeWork or like a joint space? Like, is Harper a concern? I was like, Harper's my dog. She was like, oh no, did I make a mistake hiring a crazy person?
Well, one of the best things I ever did for our marriage was to hire a house cleaner that comes in every 2 weeks, and her name's Treva. She's awesome, does a fantastic job. But whenever I can't find anything, like it's safer to blame Treva. She didn't do anything. She didn't steal it. She didn't take it. She didn't move it. But if I'm blaming Treva, I'm not blaming my wife. And Treva doesn't sleep here at night. Your question did make me think about my superpower.
Okay.
Which I haven't shared this on the podcast yet, and we'll probably blog about this just because it's fun. But I have the uncanny knack of being able to chat in a Zoom call in the little chat box and be very distracting and funny.
I can say that is true, having been a part of those Zoom calls.
I wish I knew how to do good with this power or how to monetize this power. So if you're listening to the podcast and you want someone to come in and disrupt your Zoom call and make it interesting and just have me send funny things about what's going on in there, I'll do that. I'll do that. That's not a real service that Workplace Solutions offers. But that would just be fun for me.
I would agree with that.
And I've learned the hard way that there are some meetings that's appreciated and that's considered culturally appropriate. And there are other meetings where they're like, you are a doofus.
True.
But in my Tuesday night improv nights, our teacher can sometimes barely get through the lesson because I'll be saying things and she'll every now and then check the chat window because we do improv on Zoom.
Yeah.
And she'll just start out. You'll see people smirking in the background, and then she'll start laughing and like, all right, what were we learning?
So going back to the original question, I guess that would be a thing that you do find purposeful in your role, fulfilled, making people laugh, giving them that opportunity to kind of get out of the moment and kind of be like, okay, we got this covered.
I'm enjoying the podcast. I had a radio show in grad school, and it wasn't very good. Nobody listened. I didn't know what I was doing, but it was fun. It was a lot of fun for me, and I did a lot of just random stuff that I thought was funny. And so if nobody is listening, I'm going to at least amuse myself.
Sure.
Between that and improv and some of these things, I never really realized how much I enjoy just making people laugh and seeing a smile on someone's face. And Workplay is way more about just, making work fun. Like, we want it to be purposeful and effective and all of that. But it's not an either or. It's not a false dichotomy. It's not either work is life sucking or work is just a big joke bag. I was trying to think of
where's he going?
I was like a big container of jokes. Whatever jokes come in when you buy them at Kroger.
Yes. Yes. Half off at their dad jokes. Let's be honest.
I did. Speaking of dad jokes, I do need to say this. I had this moment recently where I was reading this BuzzFeed about dad jokes, and it had these dad jokes, and it came to one of them where somebody tried to check out at a grocery store and it didn't scan properly, and the dad said, "Oh, I guess it's free." And I had this moment like, oh no, is that a dad joke?
Yes.
Because I make that joke. And then I had this like, oh no, are my jokes dad jokes? It was like an existential crisis. And I had I just thought I was clever. I just thought I was witty. I've been making dad jokes this whole time. And I told my wife, and she's like, yeah, you have been.
Yeah.
Oh,
my whole self-perception.
Like, I'm a dad. I love being a dad. I have 2 wonderful children, but I, for whatever reason, never connected that my humor is sometimes very dad jokey.
Yeah. So admitting it is the first thing.
It is. We are way off track. Folks have turned us off by now, but that's fine.
Hey, if we're making a few people chuckle.
Awesome. Whose turn is it?
Your turn.
Okay.